Good morning, guys. Hello, it's Heather, and thank you so much for joining me on my channel today. My channel is all about schoolie life because I live in my bus named Bubba. I live in him 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So I often get asked how I make money from the road. No, I am not independently wealthy, and no, I'm not retired. So yes, I have to work. And I'm going to talk about one way that you can make money from the road, and that is teaching online, and very specifically teaching English online. So the first thing you need is your bachelor's degree. I hear that there are companies that will hire you without it, but let's face it, competition is getting fierce, so I'm going to assume we have bachelor's degrees. The second thing you have to do is get your TEFL certification. That is teaching English as a foreign language, teaching English as a second language. My recommendation, what I did, was I got onto Groupon and I paid a very cheap price for my course. And it was a self-paced course. It was not rocket science. I did it in a week. And you can take whatever amount of time you need. That is just how I did it. Because here's the thing, when you're applying, they are not going to be asking you, how much did you spend on your course? What school did you get it from? They don't care. They just want to see that you did the course. The second thing you're going to need, you're always going to need to do an introductory video. I am actually putting a really great sample. I'm also putting mine down in the comments below so you can check them out. But they want a little introductory video of who you are. So do that. Do a good one. Stick it on YouTube. Put it on a private or an unlisted link so that you can send it with your applications. Now, you can teach children. I'm going to tell you that I did not enjoy that at all. It is not for me. I do not like puppets. I'm not a fan of children. And when I say children, I'm talking like you're teaching 6 to 8 year olds. So that didn't work for me. But I do know a lot of van lifers and bus lifers that it's working wonderfully for. I'm going to put those links also in the bottom so you can check them out. They pay well. You will be teaching primarily children from China. So that means that you're going to be up by 3 o'clock in the morning in front of your computer ready to teach because you're working on China time. What I preferred was teaching adults, so I'm also putting those links in the bottom. There's 8 companies that are specific to teaching adults. So for me personally, these are my problems. They are not by any stretch everyone's problems, but here are my personal challenges. I have a really hard time keeping a schedule. And when you're teaching, you have to have a schedule. You have to be available from whatever time to whatever time. You do get to sign up for those times. So they'll always allow you to sign up for your classes. But it was just not for me. You also have to have really great internet. I unfortunately have a hotspot, so you have to have that. But my internet provider, a little sketchy. I have a lot of times where it says no service available. You have to have very solid internet. The other thing is you also have to have the space, and they want a really, a very white background with some teaching things in there. And you can probably tell this is a little more of a hippie van. So those were things that were challenges for me, easily overcomable. I don't know if that's a word, but you could easily overcome them if you are passionate about teaching. So there were a couple that I really liked, and they worked like apps, basically, much like Lyft or Uber. And you could literally sign on and then teach an English class or chat with somebody. And I actually really did like doing that because sometimes I'd have someone from Russia, or I might have someone from Mexico or South America. So I very much enjoyed that. So that is one way to make money online, and that is by teaching English. I'm going to be putting all the things I talked about in the bottom. Of course, if you have any questions, please send them to me. I'm actually going to be talking about lots of ways to make money online, but I'm going to be doing them in separate videos. And yeah, that's about it. So once again, I thank you so much for being here. And if you're digging the journey, please hit subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Cheers.